15th, and we finally got rid of and are finally finished with our last snowstorm for now. At least it's not expected to snow anytime soon in the next week or so. But man, oh man, wait till I tell you guys, this last couple weeks have been brutal, especially this last week. It's just been very brutal. So anyway, you guys, thanks for coming in. I wanted to go live to talk about a couple things. See how you guys are doing. You're welcome to say hi and where you're from. Who are you? And give you a shout out for sure. But it's good to see everybody for sure. So yeah, say hi, say where you're from, introduce yourselves if I don't know who you are, and that way we get to know everybody on the channel. It's good to see everybody. Hope everybody has had a good week. Ours has been a little tough, not to say the least. But as I'm looking at the window now, almost all the snow is melted. We got hammered again this weekend in a big way. Thursday, Friday, Saturday was just snow, snow, snow. Hey, New Horizons. Well, hello there, stranger. Gosh, God, it's so good to see you guys, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought about you guys because we were in Quartzsite with Traveling Robert this January, and I thought about you guys. You guys are in Florida. Very cool. Yeah, RV DJ was there, and he was having like a little get together. But I thought of you guys and was kind of wondering how everything was going with you guys. Good to see you. I'm glad you guys stopped in and said hello. That's very cool. Well, you guys are in Florida. We're in northern Arizona, and we bought property up here. And so we have been kind of hanging out to see what the property was going to be like in the wintertime, so we could get a feel for the property. And man, if we got a feel for the property, um, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we got hit with snow. We got snow last week. So in the last week and a half, I don't even think it's been a week and a half. We got dumped 7 inches of snow one day, and then that melted, and then we got probably another, I'd say 2 to 3 inches, and then we got another 2 to 3 inches on top of that. And so of course today it got up to 50s. I think it got up to 50, but we've had cold nights. Saturday night, let's see, Friday night got down probably almost into, I mean, for sure it was in the low 20s. It might have been in the teens. And then last night was like maybe got down to like, like, I don't know, 28. And then tonight's supposed to get back down to 25. So it's just been really, really super cold and a lot of snow. We have plans to go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to explore all the historic places. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, Pennsylvania's that's a great state. My uncle used to live in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We used to go to Allentown every Thanksgiving when we were kids to go up there and see him. So anyway, very cool. I'm glad you guys stopped in. I hope you're well. Um, are you guys still traveling full time, New Horizons? Are you guys still in your RV full time, or have you kind of settled down into a spot? So anyway, so that's kind of been our week. If you guys are just stopping in right now, please say hi. Tell me where you are, who are you, and then we can give you a shout out and at least say hello. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Scott from this Nomadic Idea. Ariane is once again stuck in town. She's coming home today though. So she was stuck for 2 days in town because when it snows and it rains and we have this much moisture, the road back here is almost impossible to drive on, even though we have four-wheel drive. We bought a used toy hauler. Oh, cool. The heck with new RVs. Yeah, I agree. Well, we're still in our 76 Airstream. So which is one of the things that is crazy because, the vintage Airstreams, they're great. But they're not fun in winter, man. When it gets as cold as it's gotten lately, We have a propane heater that's on, and then we have a wood burning stove that we light. And even with that, I still have a hard time getting it past 70 degrees because it's just so it leaked. This thing leaks so bad. And aluminum, of course, conducts the cold. The good news and bad news about an aluminum Airstream is this: is that when it's sunny outside and it's cold, I mean, it'll be 15 to 20 degrees warmer inside the Airstream when the sun hits it, especially with our panoramic windows and the windows we have. So if you're living in it in the winter like we are, when the sun comes up in the morning time, it heats up just like that. The bad news is that it also conducts cold. So when it's really cold outside, the aluminum just holds on to that cold air, and it gets cold in here. So anyway, um, so that's great, man. Yeah, what we bought a used toy hauler. So are you are you you got like an ATV or a Razor in that thing? Um, and are you ever coming up to courtside again? Um, that's my question. Because that courtside, man, is becoming like a pretty big Razor world over there. A lot of Razors down there now. I mean, there's Razors everywhere now. It seems to be the big thing. So anyway, so happy Sunday. Good to see you guys and get some. I don't remember where my water went to. Um, Keystone Fusion 2018. We bought a golf cart. Very cool. Very cool. Um, so anyway, that's kind of been what's going on. I just kind of really wanted to pop in and say hello and have everybody get. I always love hearing comments and seeing what you guys are doing and what you're doing and where you're from and all that kind of stuff. We are in we're in northern Arizona. Arizona. They closed this week. In fact, some of the parts are still closed. I-40 is closed from Ash Fork, I believe, all the way past Flagstaff. So if you're traveling up in the northern high desert of Arizona, make sure that you know what roads are open and what roads are closed. I-40 is closed. And I think it's also closed going eastbound from Kingman, Arizona. So if you're coming up through Lake Havasu and you're going to hit Kingman to go up to 40 and go east, some of that road is closed. I mean, this week, Arizona, I mean, it was full on board winter, epic winter. Lots of snow, lots of ice. Phoenix got rain. The whole state got moisture, and then we got a lot of it. So they had to use search and rescue. Had to come out near Ash Fork, between Ash Fork and Polden. That's headed towards Chino Valley. There's a couple of back roads there where your GPS will tell you it's okay to go, but it's not okay to go. And that's all forest road. So people were trying to get off of I-40, trying to go around, and they're just getting stuck all over the place. So unless you really have a big hefty 4x4 that can do off-road driving, you're getting stuck. So 40 was a mess this week. I don't know when that's going to be completely open again. I would suspect tomorrow. They had a really bad accident near Williams, Arizona. There was a multi-car pileup. Cars were on fire. Trucks were on fire. So that was a real bad scene on I-40 near Williams. I'd really check conditions, and there's a road condition website in Arizona that you might want to check out. Tell you where all the road closures are. It's Arizona Department of Transportation, and they'll it's a pretty good website to tell you what's going on with all the roads and stuff like that. So, let's see what's going on here. Cool. All right. Okay, very cool. All right. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing. We've just kind of been hanging out. Ariane's going to be coming home today, and the roads have kind of dried out enough to where she can put in 4-wheel drive and just scoot her way back up to the property. So, and it really sucks, when that happens, when she gets stuck in town. and, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? But you don't want to get stuck out here, man. Not without a winch and a lot of different equipment to get yourself out. You don't want to get stuck out here. It's just the road's gonna get slick, and we're actually off probably one of the better roads up here. Some of the road that I mean, our road specifically is almost. I mean, it's all rock. It's all it's there's not mud. There's not that much mud on it at all. But different parts of the road getting back to I-40 can be kind of muddy. So depending on what time of the day you come. So normally the time, I think I said this before. Most of the time, we if we need to go someplace and we need to get off the property, we usually go really early in the morning because the roads are frozen, and so everything's frozen. So your chances of getting stuck are a lot slimmer, and so we usually do that. So New Horizons, get a snowmobile. Well, we did that in Cook City. We had a snowmobile up in Cook City. In fact, Cook City was a little bit different because when we got that much snow in Cook City, we didn't have to drive anywhere. Cook City's such a small town. We just walked. I mean, the town is only a quarter of a mile long. And so we would just walk everywhere. And yeah, we had either had a snowmobile or you had a 4x4 or a side by side. Usually a side by side would get you around pretty good. So we would do that. So we had the snowmobile in Cook City. If you wanted to go up the pass over to the Cody side, you'd have to snowmobile 9 miles to get to your truck, which you would park. You'd have to have a permit to park your vehicle in the National Forest, and you'd snowmobile 9 miles to get to your car. And then from your car, you would drive up on the Chief Joseph up Cody and get supplies through Cody. But either that was it. That was what you had to do. So anyway, so yeah, what's going on, you guys? That's really about it, man. I just wanted to kind of give you like an update on what we were doing, what we're up to. So I think what I'm going to try to do is for people that are watching the replay, we're about 13 minutes in. So I think I'm going to start this Nomadic Idea podcast again. And I'm going to do things a little bit different. I need to fix the feed on Spotify. I used to have this Nomadic Idea podcast on Anchor. Spotify bought Anchor, and when they did that, they changed the feed on that. And so it's got some broken links on our website if you go to listen to those podcasts. So I'm trying to get those fixed through Spotify. And once I get the feed fixed, I'm going to start that podcast again. But I think it might be like half it'll just be for members only. Just to kind of help the channel out a little bit and, have it a little bit more of a community type conversation with nomads and desert dwellers and RVers and things like that. So I think we're going to do that. I think some of the audio will be out, for free, of course, that you'll be able to get that on Spotify. And then I think on the YouTube part of that podcast will be on video, but it'll be for members only. And as soon as I get that going with Spotify and fix that stuff, I think I'm going to start doing that. Because I had a lot of fun with that. And, we were able to talk a lot of just about the lifestyle, especially now that we're off grid. What does that mean? Full-time RVing, what does that detail? Being a nomad, traveling from place to place, things like that. Maybe getting some controversial issues because I always like those. They always seem to do well, and just have a really good conversation. Years ago, Ariane and I used to do trivia night on YouTube, especially some of our old live stuff. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, we had a lot of fun with that, and I'd kind of like to, in a way, to try to bring something like that back. So people have a reason to tune in other than just listening to a talking head. And have a little bit more meaningful conversation with it. Van Life, Van Life Canada. Where are you guys located? Greetings from Canada. Hello, Canada. Good to have you guys here. We are in northern Arizona, kind of between Kingman and Flagstaff. Is probably the best way to put it. So I'm glad you guys came in. Speaking of van life, I got the van working again. So the van is starting. I have to start it every day, but I've been able to drive it around and stuff like that. So, it's not fully functional. I'm not ready to take it on a long road trip yet until I make sure that transmission thing is working. But it does start. Beautiful. I'll be in Ehrenberg next winter again. Oh, that's very cool. Very, very cool. They didn't have Schoolie Palooza in Ehrenberg. They had in Quartzsite, but they had the other Schoolie Palooza in Ehrenberg, I think, this year. We were there, we were in Ehrenberg last year for I guess, I'm not really sure. The Schoolie Palooza thing split up. I don't know. But we were there in Ehrenberg for Schoolie Palooza, which is a blast. If you ever get a chance to go to Schoolie Palooza, go. Some of those guys, what they do, those buses are just amazing. I was there in 2022 before the Palooza. Yeah, so were we. We were there in 2022 also. Because that year, I believe, I see 2022. I can't remember. Maybe we were there in 2021 before we went up to Montana. That was the winter we spent all winter almost in Quartzsite, and then we went over to Schoolie Palooza for that, and that was a blast. We always have fun at Schoolie Palooza. Always have a good time. And I think I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that next winter we're going to be in Quartzsite and we're going to have a big shindig out there. We're going to try to set up a camp and have our community come out and just enjoy Quartzsite. I'm pretty sure we're going to do that. Whether we're going to put the Airstream down there or not, I don't know. But we're definitely we have so many friends in Quartzsite that go down there in the wintertime, and we missed that this year. We got to see some of them. Like I said, I saw Traveling Robert, got to hang out with him. Sweet, might see you there. Yeah, absolutely. We'll let you know. Got to see them, got to see some other people. Our friends that were usually desert dwellers with us, they took a job at an RV park. And so they're kind of stationary in an RV park. But I think if they had a choice, they'd rather kind of be in the desert with all of us desert dwellers in there. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do that again next year. So, but yeah. So anyway, as far as the podcast goes, I think we're going to start it again. We'll see what happens. The more our channel kind of comes back to life and we can get some regulars on here and we kind of start building that trust again. So we're gonna do more things on our channel and talk to you guys a lot more. And as soon as that happens, as I see it more, then I'll put a lot more into making videos and stuff like that, and inviting people on. And again, one of the things that we want to do is that if you are a Desert Dweller member on our YouTube channel, at one point in time, we're going to have a pretty big get together on our property. And and when I mean big, I don't mean big, I mean like a few people. But we've got some infrastructure things that we still have to do, build some things. And I think once that's done, we'll invite some people up to stay on our property. We'll kind of do that. We'll probably open that up to members only first. And be just kind of like a meet and greet, have a big old fashioned campfire. Everybody will be able to come up in a van or something like that, or in an RV. And our friends are going to come up in the next couple of weeks, and they're going to stay on the property for a while. And so I'm kind of, as soon as this weather breaks, I think the weather's going to break this week. It looks good. But as soon as that happens consistently, I'll be able to do a lot more work on the property and get them going. So I got to build a water cistern for them and make a little pump house for those guys, so they have water and um, stuff like that. So yeah, so things are going. I mean, things are going pretty good. Um, Thanks for stopping by, Man Life Canada. That was very cool. Very cool. Okay, you guys. Well, this is just gonna be kind of like a short live. I got things to do. It's already kind of starting almost on 5 o'clock. In I think we're in Pacific time now, Arizona. So I got chores to do, man. So I'm gonna bring in the water so it doesn't freeze and do some other stuff. Take the dogs out, play with those guys before the sun sets, and have them get some run time and stuff like that. So anyway, hey guys, thanks a lot for coming in. So I'm gonna let you know when the podcast launches again. Some of it's gonna be for members only. So if you haven't signed up for that, sign up for that. Um, we also have our Desert Dweller shirts for sale. So you can check those out if you want to check those out. And I'm starting to write articles again for this nomadicidea.com on our website, so you can go to that. And then I got to fix the podcast so everyone can, listen to some older episodes on that. So anyway, thanks you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Have a great week. I hope it all goes well. We have warmer weather coming up. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 60s on Monday, and then possibly in the high 60s to low 70s by the end of the week. So I'm pretty excited. So anyway, we'll see you guys later. Have a great week. We'll see you later. Bye.